Well, hello, Libra, and welcome to FireStar Tarot. I am Empress Egypt, and this is your weekly general reading, all right? So we are going to be looking at love, but we're going to be looking at love from a different perspective, not only from a different perspective, but we're going to be looking at the shadows within you and the person that you clicked on this video for, okay? But before we get started, I do have a few things that I want to quickly go over. Anything I don't go over in the intro will be in the description box. Real quick though, energy, you guys, is fluid, and so is gender. Gender's fluid. So gender, when we speak of masculine or feminine, or when I say he or she, I am referring to the energy, not actually a male or female, okay? We all possess masculine and feminine energies within us, so it's just important to understand that with like everything in life, it is the balance, okay? Also, energy is fluid, so the roles can be switched, and when it comes through, it comes through. It can be for you, it can be for someone around you. But all in all, you'll know if the message is for you. Don't try to make things fit, okay? With that being said, you guys, we're going to go ahead and get into your reading, Libra. So like I said, we're going to be focusing on the shadows, not only of you, but of your person as well. We're going to be looking at the possible outcome as well as advice for each of you when it comes to the shadows within your life, okay? This is a live stream. I can see your comments, and hello, Facebook, and hello, YouTube, okay? So I am live streaming on both platforms. My description, all the links to all my social media platforms are down below. All you have to do is follow me, all right? I do go live on Facebook and YouTube, so you can catch me at either place, and then I share it on Instagram and everywhere else, okay? I am doing 8,000 subscriber giveaway, you guys. All you have to do to be entered to win is be subscribed to my channel. That simple. I randomly choose a winner. I am going to be doing 8,000 subscriber giveaway. All you have to do, again, is be subscribed to my channel, and you are entered, okay? I'm going for 6 cards when it comes to the shadows of you first, Libra, and then we will look at your person. I will show you the cards as I go into the story. I'm going to get all 6 cards down, okay, though? Spirit, show me what I need to see when it comes to my Libras, please. The shadows in their life. Shadows in their life. All in all, we do have the 5 of Swords in reverse coming out. We also have the 5 of Wands as well as the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, all right? So Libras, this is telling me that you are dealing with some bad luck, okay? Maybe some karmic cycles here. We'll find out what's going on and break it all down for you. And if you don't know, this is where you will find out what's going on. So if you've always questioned, hey, how come things aren't working out? Or how come this thing is happening over and over again? This is where we'll tap into it, okay? 2 more cards, Spirit, please, for my Libras when it comes to the shadows within their life. We also have, wow, the King of Pentacles in reverse, okay? Get 1 more card for my Libras, please, Spirit. 1 more card for my Libras when it comes to the shadows within their lives. Again, this is live stream, you guys, so if you do want to comment, I will go over the comments at the end. I'm going to try to handle the reading first, and then, like I said, I'll go back over the comments, okay? But I will try to interact with you guys randomly through the reading as well. All right. 1 more card. That's way too many cards. 1 more card, Spirit, please. Thank you. And we also have the 3 of Cups. Okay. Give me a minute to tune into the energy for a second really quick, Libra, and then I will break this down and we will get into clarifying. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Justice in reverse, okay? So I do feel like automatically the overall energy, everything that is going to be grounding all of these emotions is going to be the simple fact of something that you have felt has not been right. Something that you feel like you did not receive justice, okay? The things weren't balanced, it just wasn't fair. All in all, whatever that is for you, that's what's going to be grounding this energy, okay, Libra? So again, this is going to be something that happened, a decision that was made that went against you or just didn't work out for you, wasn't fair, you felt it was injustice, okay? So first off, we do have the 5 of Swords in reverse, okay? 5 of Swords in reverse is definitely a lot of challenges right now for you, Libra. All in all, you're going through some challenges. There's some difficulties currently in your current situation. Okay, there's a lot of feeling kind of like all over the place, but still getting your shit together. Okay, so it's not challenges like you don't know what you're doing and you don't know what's going on. It's more of the concept of challenges, but yet you're learning. It's like a halfway point. Okay, so it's not, again, challenges like straight off in the beginning. It's challenges after learning some things, after being somewhat stagnant and fixated on something. So again, Libra, I feel like a lot of you guys have just gotten over a situation, or you're still getting over a situation in general. I feel like mentally it's played a lot. It's just played a lot when it comes to your thoughts. Like it's a lot of repeated thought process, okay? Of course, we're going to clarify and find out exactly what everything is, but all in all, Libra, I strongly feel that it's just this sense of, again, feeling like everything's just kind of hit you wrong, really being caught up in the moment of difficulty right now. Okay, so whatever this situation is for you, I don't know, we'll clarify, but all in all, it has you feeling like an option. It has you feeling like you have to compete. And this can be work, this can be this relationship, this can be the relationship affecting your work, it can affect your family life if you have kids and you're single, or if you share kids with this person, or even if you just have cousins or nieces or nephews, whatever the situation is. It could even be friends, all in all, or even coworkers. All in all, there's this sense of, because you're going through something with this person, it's affecting everything else, okay? And I do feel like you have to compete. You're feeling like you have to compete in some way, shape, or form for this person, or even just to be in, in a relationship with this person, or even to just have a, I don't know. We're gonna break it down and find out. Again, with the Wheel of Fortune here, though, Libra, this is telling me there is some bad luck going on. All right, some bad karma. So we will clarify all these cards. Ultimately, though, there's something that's kind of coming back from your past that's kind of keep haunting you. Okay. We also have the Two of Wands coming through in reverse. So this is telling me too that there's this sense of a new journey not being taken, or an opportunity not being taken, okay? We also have the King of Pentacles in reverse, all right? King of Pentacles in reverse is telling me something is blocking your manifestation, or not even your manifestation, but your mindset, your heart space, your action that you're taking towards manifesting, okay? And this can obviously create a lack of blockages when it comes to creating a new beginning or a new adventure, okay? We also have the Three of Cups, all right? So this is telling me that there could have been some third-party situations here. And of course, the Cups is all about emotions, so it does have to do with love, emotions, right? So three third-party situations when it comes to the Cup suits, when it comes to emotions, doesn't necessarily have to be love, okay? This can be third-party situations as far as family interference, friends that are close that they love, that have been a part of their lives for a long time. So this can be, again, the Three of Cups doesn't necessarily mean that it physically has to be intimate or sexual. However, it always can be. It doesn't always have to be, but it can be, okay? Ultimately, though, all in all, before we even start clarifying and finding out what's going on here, it's just important to understand that right now you are going through the 5 stages, right? The fives. It's all about challenges. It's all about difficulties. It's all about struggle. And of course, pain, that kind of stuff's going to come in with it, okay? But I do feel like there's something that has happened with somebody walking away, or someone walking away from a connection. So whether this is them physically actually walking away from you, or just physically, like, or just mentally walking away from the situation. Like maybe before, whatever this energy pool is, before there used to be arguing and now there's like no arguing. Or, and again, if this is a family situation and not this person and this is something else, again, it's still this, there's still the challenges of it, right? It's the, okay, you've been in a moment of where you fixated on it and you tried to fix it, but there's still challenges, like nothing was fixed. So it's the concept that you want things to change, but you're still going through the challenges of it. So it's like you haven't really fully grasped how to actually end out the cycle and start a new cycle, okay? And this does have to do, again, with some bad karmic relationships or bad karma coming back to you, interfering, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it and clarify. Again, I do feel like you're afraid to take a new journey. You're afraid to, it's not that you're afraid, it's that because you're going through the challenges of this situation, it's hard for you to understand how to start a new cycle. It's hard for you to understand how to start a new beginning when you're still stuck in the past one, okay? So ultimately, that's why you're in the challenge state, right? You're in a lot of challenges. So challenges come not only within your emotions, your creative side, but with the people around you, the people that you're feeling you have to compete for, whether this is in love or whether this is work or family. Again, this can be in so many different ways, Libra, okay? But again, this is just a little bit of bad luck that's coming back, or if not, karma somewhere, shape, or form is attached to some of these situations. So again, we're going to dig deep and find out, because the karma might not even be on your end. It could be your person, okay? Or coming from your person's end. Let's see. So let's clarify and find out what's going on here. Like I said, bottom of the deck, this is all because of something that was not served, right? Some decision that was made that was not fair, right? So let's find out what's going on with the Five of Swords in reverse here. Again, the Five of Swords is all about, trying to walk away from something but not doing it. Like, it's like you want to walk away from this situation. You want to walk away from the things that you feel like are, bothering you, distorting your perception of things, or even just holding you back from being a better person. Like, it's this feeling of like, wanting change, but also being depressed. It's that difficult state to be in, straight up. The Five of Swords in reverse too is kind of like what I like to call like the karma mirroring card, kind of. Because ironically, even though the fives is all about challenges, in the reverse, it would mean, that it's kind of happening on the opposing end. So I do feel like it's like your person's energy. I feel like your person is going through some challenges. And so therefore, what it's doing to you is it's making you emotional without you knowing it, okay? It's making you maybe have memories of this person. Again, that Five of Swords energy is that mirroring, but karmic mirroring. So whatever you're feeling is coming, especially if you can't explain where it's coming from, okay? Again, this is going to be like those moments where you think you have this person out of your head. A year can go by, weeks can go by. Everybody's going to have different time frames, but all in all, it's like all of a sudden the person just pops into your head, and all of a sudden you're really emotional. That kind of thing. Again, I feel like it's coming from an energy pool, like you're feeling it because of something else, okay? That's also what the Five of Swords in reverse means for me. That might not be the case for everyone. I'm intuitively picking up, so it's just what I'm feeling, okay? Same thing with the Five of Wands energy here. And again, I'm going to clarify because these are two fives in reverse, back to back. Well, not in reverse, I apologize. We have one in reverse and, of course, the Five of Wands in the upright. Two fives on the table to start out with, okay? Let's see. With the Five of Wands feeling like there's competition. Ultimately, that's going to be because of what you're facing, right? Even if you can't, you're going to feel like competition. You're going to always feel like an option. You're always going to feel less of if there's something not right within you, because you're trying to gain validation, or you're trying to gain clarity, or you're trying to get closure. There's so many different words that can be placed on that energy. But all in all, it's like you're focused on somebody else answering the questions that you seek. So ultimately, when I see two fives next to each other, especially one in the reverse and one in the upright, that's telling me there's an issue, the challenge itself, right? The challenge itself is the fact that you're feeling like an option, you're feeling like a failure, you're feeling like you can't get out of this rut, and it has to do because of this energy, that energy pool, right? And it's not saying that there's not something in it that you're not supposed to learn, which is clearly what we're going to dab into, because again, we do have this bad luck, right? So ultimately, there's something going on with why you're in this situation. So ultimately, again, with the Five of Wands energy in the upright, this is telling me that the reason you're feeling like an option is because of what's going on with this Five of Swords energy, okay? Not just the mirroring karmic side of it, but the Five of Swords in general is telling me that you're getting stuck in these challenges, okay? You're not moving on to the next step. It's like, it's because you don't understand how to end the cycle. Does that make sense? And because you don't understand how to end that cycle, you're stuck in the challenges. It's like you always feel like shit's not going your way. You always feel like nothing's ever good enough. It's just this mindset of, how the fuck do I fix it? And it's like, nobody can give you those answers. Well, again, it's because this competition feeling coming in, right? This feeling like an option. It's because there's something within you that has to somewhat just kind of snap and realize, okay, there's something I need to fucking do so that this person can't have this hold on me, okay, so that I'm not depending on this person. Because the last thing you want to do is be dependent on someone else, okay? Again, we're going to clarify. I know I got off the deep end there talking, but it's one of those energies it's like, it's so frustrating. And I know that same situation. I was there many times here recently, even too. It's just that stuck in the difficulties, that stuck in the challenges, but knowing in your mind that you don't want to be there, but you have no freaking idea how to get out of it, right? That's that energy. Wow. And another Five of Swords clarifying. So I was asking what's going on with the Five of Swords, right? What's going on with the Five of Wands? Clarified by the Five of Swords. Again, now this is in the upright though. So I feel like honestly, this has just really defeated you straight up. Straight up, it has defeated your thought process. And so this is the issue, all right, Libra? The issue is it's the way you're thinking. So ultimately, you are the only one, and it's not that you're in control of your thoughts, it's that your thought is a power, okay? Your thought process is a power, and most people don't look at it like that. So they try to control their thought process instead of understanding and trusting in the way they think. So ultimately, clarifying these two fives with the Five of Swords is telling me that you're defeating yourself, okay? Straight up, you're defeating a lot of your own issues, okay? Instead of you being defeated, you're defeating yourself. Again, we're going to clarify and really find out and also get advice from Spirit. This will be a longer reading, you guys. My readings for the shadow work are usually about an hour and a half. I totally get that you can't watch it the whole way through. Grab you a cup of tea, grab you some coffee, a glass of wine, roll you up one, do whatever you got to do. Come back in and out. I don't care. You'll find the messages for you when you're supposed to, okay? So don't worry if you feel like, oh my God, she's talking forever. I'm about to lose my breath talking so much, all right? But let's see what's going on with this bad luck. Clearly, I know that you're feeling defeated, all right? I know you're going through a lot of challenges. And let's not mention we have 3 5s on the table. Or I'm sorry, yeah, straight up, 3 5s on the table, right? Got the 5 of Swords in reverse. Feeling defeated. And that's actually, this is that back and forth. It's like 1 minute you think you're good and then all of a sudden you're not because that person's energy is pulling on you. So again, that bad karma is kind of coming back from your past to bite you in the ass, thinking about someone from your past, that kind of energy, right? Not saying anything about the connection. I'm not telling you that it's not a twin flame connection or soulmate connection. I'm just saying that feeling of all of a sudden thinking that person, okay, that's this energy here, right? But this is also the way you're thinking about it. So not just that pull. We also have the 5 of Wands in the upright, the competition, right? Feeling like an option, feeling like you always have to compete for a voice, compete for a spot in someone's life, feeling like you have to compete to be heard, right? We also have the 5 of Swords, right? That thought process, again, in the upright now instead of in reversal, right? So being defeated by your thoughts, you know? Usually in the reverse, it's like someone defeating you because of their energy, their thoughts, but in the upright, now it's telling me both energies. Now it's clarifying, saying yes, because of this person's energy and the way you think, you are being defeated in your mental thought. So not only are you dealing with the pain from someone else, but you're dealing with not even being clear yourself. So this is why you're stuck in the 5s. This is why you're stuck in the challenges of things, okay? So let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, right? The bad luck coming in. Let's find out if this is this person's bad luck, this person's bad karma running on into you, or if this is because, you know, it's really important to say this really quick, Libra. If things keep happening to you over and over again, this person keeps breaking your heart. Maybe not this person, maybe it's a new person. Maybe it's your family. Maybe you feel like everybody's just walking all over you. You don't have a voice and nobody's listening to you. Maybe it's time to look in the mirror and say, well, shit, maybe it's time for me to stop allowing this. Not just actually thinking it, but actually putting it into action and creating a boundary so people can't walk all over you, so that people can't take advantage of you. Be heard, speak your voice, all right? So let's find out what's going on with the Wheel of Fortune. Let's find out what this bad luck is. Spirit, show me what I need to see, please, when it comes to the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Butterfingers today, you guys. Apologize. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, please, Spirit. Show me what I need to see when it comes to my Libra shadows. Why is the bad karma here. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So something you didn't manifest, okay? Something that, okay, the manifestation is still here, right, with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This bitch can still manifest, all right, Libra? So, and don't take it offensive, I use that word. In other words, you can manifest. You have the power to manifest whatever it is that you want in life, so as long as divine sees it fit, okay? Ultimately, though, with this energy, this bad luck, you're having bad luck because of your Queen of Pentacles in reverse energy, right? The not trusting yourself. And of course, you know, other things lead up to this not being able to manifest, right? Not possessing the power of manifestation, not possessing that boss ass attitude, right? I feel like because you haven't found the self-worth, the self-value that is needed, that is why you have this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And trigger warning now, you guys, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So ultimately, this lack of possession, this lack of manifestation, this lack of abundance is not happening over and over again because you're not understanding that it's the way that you're thinking, right? Instead of manifesting things, you're thinking about how everybody around you didn't manifest for you, or how everything around you never manifested for you, okay? Spirit, anything else when it comes to this bad luck, this bad karma? Sorry, again, butterfingers. The universe in reverse. Yeah, so straight up, honestly, Libra, it's because you're acknowledging all your failures and not your accomplishments. The Empress in reverse also came down, okay? So I do feel like, honestly, it's like you've thought about the failure in this connection so much that it's consumed a lot of your thoughts, okay? And so even when you're not thinking about it, subconsciously it's there, right? Because you've thought about it so much, it's imprinted into the back of your mind. So ultimately, everything you do in life without even understanding it is always that thought. It's always there. It doesn't ever go anywhere. But all of a sudden, when your mind is calm, when your mind is silent, that's when that idea or that thought comes to the forefront, right? Because it's always been there. For a moment, you're just quiet in time, right? So you can actually see the imprint, right? In other words, what you're doing, Libra, is you're clouding your thoughts. You're preoccupying your thoughts so that you don't think about this person. This is how come you possess the Empress in reverse energy. It's not that you're not the Empress, just like the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It's not that she can't manifest. It's that she's not manifesting. She's not trusting in her powers. Same thing with the Empress in reverse. The Empress in reverse is still the Empress, right? She's still the Queen of Queens. Masculines out there, this is just a feminine energy. Remember, this is still a part of you. Your feminine energy, for my males out there, is not, it's like, if you are a masculine, okay, look, put it this way. If you are a male, okay, a physical male person, you are not possessing your full feminine energy, okay? Which means you're not showing your emotions. You're not showing your nurturing. You're not fully acknowledging the feminine side of you. For my feminine Libras, this is you not acknowledging your feminine side. You almost standing in your masculine power, not allowing the Queen of Queens to be the Queen of Queens, you know? Not allowing her, okay, not allowing yourself, Libras, all of you guys out there, not allowing yourself to fully use all the elements that are provided in life for you to be able to manifest the things that you want, for you to be able to find the self-worth that is needed within you, the self-love that's within you. The universe in reverse, again, this is because you're sitting there acknowledging, right, all your failures in life. The failures within this relationship, the failures within everything. That's how it is, right? This is why you're not manifesting. This is why you're having bad karma, okay? So it doesn't matter what person comes into your life, it's never going to be right because, yeah, look, the death card. Let the old you die and let the new you be reborn. Stop replaying the same cycles over and over, Libra. Change it, okay? Take the step forward. Acknowledge your own failures, but acknowledge them so that you can learn from them and move on. You're staying stuck in them here, you know? So what's going on with this Two of Wands in reverse? What's going on with the Two of Wands in reverse? We have the Magician in reverse. Okay, so I do see some trickery, right? And we have the Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I feel like, honestly, whatever happened in this past connection, I feel like, you gave your love, Libra. You gave your love to this individual. Four of Swords too. Oh, and the Three of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I feel, yeah, for sure. Okay, so I feel like a lot of my Libras out there really gave your all to this person, okay? This relationship put a lot of fuckery in your head. There was a lot of sorrow, and then there was this feeling like, you were finally over them, you were better. I just feel like there was a lot of back and forth, like the unbound, like, okay, if you can imagine a scale, I feel like when things were good, they were really freaking good. You were like super high on love. And then in the opposite, it was like freaking madness. It was crazy. It was, if not physical abuse, there was definitely a lot of emotional, like things were really said here. Things were really said in this connection. This Two of Wands in reverse is not that you're not taking a new path. Well, yes, it can apply to you not taking a new journey as well, a new adventure, like a new cycle on. But I feel like, honestly, the change was supposed to take place within you, Libra, and it didn't happen with this relationship. So now you're on repeat again. This is why you're stuck in the fives, okay? There was something that you were supposed to learn from this death to this relationship, okay, that didn't happen. So now it's just on repeat. There's your bad karma. You didn't have enough self-love and self-worth. And so Divine's upset with you because you're not putting yourself first. And I don't mean put yourself first physically. I'm talking about emotionally, spiritually, soulfully. Does that make sense? I'm not talking about your body. I'm talking about your insides, right? Your download, where, the presence of you remains, right? Because our bodies are just capsules. So ultimately what's happening is, by you not valuing your inner self, okay, the things that you can bring to the table, the powers that you were given by Divine, the abilities to be able to be nurturing and loving, the reason this person was ever interested in you, it's like you've lost yourself with that person. Does that make sense? I do see, though, again, it's this back and forth, right? I see you resting. I see you going back and actually taking the time to cry if you need to cry, right? Take a moment of silence if you need to take a moment of silence. Where are we at? 27 minutes in? Yeah, I feel like you do, like, right? You take that time to take a step back, you relax, you think about shit, you try to regain the strength, right? Because the strength's here. You always have strength. The problem is that, again, you're taking that step back so that you can fixate, so that you can create and try to learn. And then you go on without learning. Is the problem, though, is you're not fully understanding what you were supposed to learn in this ending, okay? So what happens is, because you didn't take the time to figure out what it is that you were supposed to learn, what is it that you were doing wrong? Don't blame someone else. You have to blame yourself in this. I know it's the shittiest thing to hear, all right? It really is, but straight up, you have to start acknowledging the failures in a different light, okay? Because you're acknowledging the failures. It's here. You know what I'm saying? It's here. You're fixated on the failures instead of actually learning from the failures. That's why you're stuck in the fives, period, okay? That is your bad luck, okay? The new beginning not happening. Again, you're resting, and then you're winning, and you're taking the next step to go to the fives, and then you get to the challenges, you get to the difficulties, and you go right back to the fixation, right back to the fours, because it's more comfortable. That's the hardest part to do, is to actually say, okay, you know what? I'm changing. I am changing the way my life has been. I am not allowing these people to walk all over me again, or whatever the case is, whatever you're going through in life, straight up. The Six of Wands in reverse, there was trickery, and there was definitely a losing type of energy here, okay, when it came to this new beginning that you wanted. You wanted a new beginning with this person. You wanted a new start. You wanted to have long-term stability, right? You wanted, again, long-term. You wanted to win with this individual. You wanted this person to be your abundance, okay? Yeah, you're unhappy. You're unhappy because you didn't get this new beginning with this person. So this is, again, this is going to contribute to the fixation and stagnation that's already happening within your own thought process, okay? Again, because there was no boundaries established, so this person took most of your thoughts with them. So now those thoughts on them, you don't have any new thoughts coming in, right? And even if you do, it's still in the subconscious, so that's still preoccupying your mind, right? So ultimately, these things, again, are just preoccupying your mind. It's still there. You haven't faced it for what it is. If it's sorrow, if it's defeat, whatever it is, accept it and try to figure out what it is that you were supposed to learn, right? We're going to tap into it. We'll find out exactly. Hopefully, this will answer and help you guys out, just to at least be able to gain a little bit of strength when it comes to self, right? Because we attract what we are, all right? This is why it's so important to understand that how you perceive people is actually a reflection of yourself, because once we can acknowledge that, and once we as a population, as a human race, once we can actually acknowledge our own failures and our own mistakes, but also forgive and accept them, right? Not just acknowledge them, okay? Because that's what you're doing, Libra. You're acknowledging your failures, not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's what you need to do. You're just staying fixated on them, right? You're just staying focused on all those failures instead of saying, oh, okay, wait, hold up. This didn't work out. So what the fuck was I supposed to learn? Like trying to actually figure it out and better yourself so that you don't make that mistake again. So that the next time somebody comes into your life and leaves you in an unfair situation, it's not going to happen, right? Because you know, you have created boundaries. You can see the red flags. You can see the warning signs before they even happen. Not only that, but you put your foot down when it comes to how much of you give away, right? So let's take a look here and see what's going on again with this King of Pentacles in reverse energy, right? We know you're unhappy. We know this person tricked you. We understand, I understand, right? That you feel like a loss with this person. And I'm pretty sure this King of Pentacles energy is the same here. I feel like it's like this feeling of not manifesting. King of Wands, no passion, right? Spirit, why are the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands? The Justice in reverse. Oh my God, I don't know if I can get these cards. I'm like, everything's falling out. My long hat, everything's hanging out here. Sorry. Okay. Oh, that hurt. I was a hairdresser. This is a salon chair, and literally the wood handle's like cut into me here. Sorry if I hit my desk a little too much, you guys. So ultimately, though, here, look, Justice comes out again in the reverse. Okay, we have the Justice in reverse at the bottom of the deck with the energy grounding you. So now here it's coming through, right? Flew out, clarifying what's going on with this lack of passion, this lack of manifestation, right? Sorry, my internet connection's a little bit slow, you guys. Sorry if I have a little bit of slag going on. Anyways, you guys, so clarifying what's going on with this lack of manifestation, right? What's going on with the King of Pentacles in reverse and the King of Wands in reverse. We have it clarified with this decision, this unfairness, this injustice, okay? And we also have the Eight of Cups, Lord of abandoned success, right? So ultimately, I feel like the reason this King of Pentacles energy is coming through for you, Libra, okay, was the fact that this is one of your failures that you're really focused on right now. You're really focused on the lack of manifesting with this person, right? With your King of Pentacles, the person that's supposed to be stable, the person that's supposed to be committed and be there for long term, right? Your counterpart. You are fixated on this person, and maybe not even fixated in that concept of where like everything you do is based on this person, but anytime your mind rests, you're there, right? You're really focusing on this failure, right? And it has you feeling this loss when it comes to touch, when it comes to passion, intimacy, the friend, right? But the friend in an intimate way, right? That counterpart, your ride or die, right? I feel like you want it. It's like you're fixated on wanting to fix it and literally manifest it, like you want to fix it. But it's important to understand, Libra, before you try to fix something, you have to focus on yourself and make sure that you're ready. Because if you are trying to fix something and you haven't even fixed yourself, the only thing you're going to do is repeat this cycle again because you haven't really addressed the real issues, the shadow work that needs to be done, okay? That's how it always happens. You always get the shit end of the stick. But it's because you never created boundaries from day one. You know what I'm saying? It's because you allowed this person to do it to you. I think that's the hardest thing, you know, and it's important to understand. It's important to understand too, Chick, that when you're blaming, and it's not even blaming because I get it, man. It's fucked up to feel that way, right? There's a lot of people out there that aren't good with emotions. There's a lot of people out there that may say things. There's a lot of people walking around in this world that speak a lot of and have nothing to back it up, okay? But unfortunately, because we hold on to words so strongly, words are everything, right? And it's backwards. It really is, because we should be judging people based off their character, not on the words they say. Because again, it's like, you know, the person that always criticizes you, you know, if you want to get rich, do this, do this, do this, do this, but yet they're broke as fuck, right? Excuse my language. Probably won't get monetized on any of my videos. Age ain't nothing but a number. It straight up isn't. You know, I know, you know, I know all ages of people that are still lost, but it's important to understand, more importantly, instead of focusing that energy on, you know, what that person is for it not lasting, again, focus on what it is that you can build for yourself inside, so that these situations don't happen again. That way, the next time you do attract somebody, you're going to attract somebody because, look, again, the way we perceive people is actually a reflection of ourselves. So if we're feeling this way towards an individual, it's because deep down inside, that's actually how we feel for ourselves, even though we have a hard time acknowledging it. It's like we criticize people for the things that we're actually criticizing ourselves for subconsciously, right? So ultimately, if you can redirect that energy, instead of focusing on how he treated you, instead of focusing, or she, you know, because there's males out there too, you guys, I apologize, but instead of focusing that energy on if they're coming back, instead of focusing that energy on how they treated you, or you know, wishing something bad on them because it's happened to you. And I get there. We've all been there. I can still get there. You get caught up in the emotion of it. And before you realize it, you're saying things that you don't really mean, but you're saying it out of anger, or, you know, you're just frustrated that you wasted time. But remember, it's not about wasting time, okay? It's important to understand it's about the opportunities, okay? It's about the things that you can learn that make things better for you in the long term, okay? So in a nutshell, again, not manifesting this connection with this person, not having a passionate connection with this person, or having a passionate connection with this person and then it just not being there, right? This person being gone, ultimately is because, again, you're focused that energy on them instead of focusing that manifestation on yourself, that passion on yourself, so that you can attract, because look, you attracted this kind of individual because that's the energy you were in. So if you redirect that energy and you focus it on yourself and you create boundaries for yourself, you don't let people walk all over you, you voice yourself when you need to. But remember, life is a game, okay? Life is a straight up game. Everybody you meet, from a friend to a coworker to a family member, it's always challenging. It's always difficult because you have to be careful what you say, how you say it. Do your actions match your words? Is your character true? You know, it's all these things that we're not taught in life, right? Because we're all, believe it or not, we're all controlled, okay? We're all a part of a system that is controlled. But bottom of the line is that if you're not taught these things, you continue to relive these cycles over and over again, and never fully manifest what you possibly can and the power that you possibly have. Does that make sense? So ultimately, focusing this energy on this person being in separation, or focusing this person not being in connection with you, is actually your downfall, right? This, you're putting all that energy into this person, and this person's still living their life. They're still going on with their injustice, right? They're still going on with their having fun with their third parties. And here you are focusing all this power that God has given you, okay? All this power that you could be doing magnificent things with. You're giving this to this person who has already treated you like shit, right? ultimately, I don't care if this person comes back or not. Ultimately, my goal with you guys is to get you where you don't have to feel dependent on somebody, where you don't have to search the damn YouTube, right, for the answers. And I only say this because I've been there. I've been depressed. I've been where you're trying to seek the answers in the things you can see instead of just understanding that all those answers lie within you, every single one of them. And so ultimately, my goal here is that's what shadow work is, okay? But again, redirect that energy to you. Focus on you, okay, Libra? Literally, focus on you. Put that energy of not manifesting, turn it around and manifest things, even if it's just small things around the house, right? Whether it be something that you know you've been needing to do. Believe it or not, like a lot of people, and I don't know how many of you guys are really organized or not, but the more your house is organized, the more organized your thoughts are, and the more organized your whole life is. So I take pride in organizing shit because I know that if my house is dirty, my life is dirty, straight up, okay? Nine of Pentacles came out in reverse, okay? I do feel like on top of it, Libra, you're going through some financial shit, straight up, okay? I feel like, but again, if you're focusing your energy on someone else, waiting for them to come to you, waiting for them to be clear with you, waiting for them to give you closure, okay? Waiting for them to come in with the passion. If you're waiting for this energy, you're never going to be able to fully manifest all this wealth that you possibly can. So you're not manifesting wealth. You're not manifesting your full power of manifestation because you're manifesting energy on a person that might not have been made for you. Does that make sense? Or was made for you for a reason, right? Star sign Aries, that's what's that. Sorry, you guys. Yeah, okay, let me see. Hold on really quick, you guys. Another card came out too, King of Pentacles again in reverse. Okay, no, sorry, yeah. Look, King of Pentacles again in reverse. That's your answer right there. That's why you can't manifest, okay? So Spirit's clarifying again with another King of Pentacles. Your masculine side is not able to manifest. There's an imbalance between the masculine and feminine within you, okay? Your feminine side is all up in the emotions and stuck up on person, okay? Your masculine side is over here not manifesting because the masculine's over there, the feminine's over there in his ear complaining, okay? Not saying that you're literally physically complaining, but I think you get what I'm saying. Your energies within you, your masculine and feminine, are bickering, okay? You can't manifest. There's no way. The feminine's crying, emotions, over walking away. Masculine's like, I just want to get shit done, so nothing's getting done. Makes sense? All right, so let's go ahead and pull. Yeah, look, bottom of the deck. What did I say, you guys? Strength, fortitude, okay? You have the strength, Libra. And the thing is that as my Libra energy, you know what I'm saying? It's all about anytime something's not balanced, it just is, it's so hard to deal with because, again, Libra, you are the scales, right? You are about balance. So ultimately, this has you unbalanced, and so you're stagnant as fuck. Make sense? Because this is not allowing you to be balanced and manifest and produce the way you normally do, okay? So let's pull where we at. 43 minutes in. Yeah, perfect timing. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull advice from Spirit here when it comes to you. And then we're going to tap into your person's energy, and then we'll get overall oracle as far as the possible outcome between you guys, okay? Let's see. Again, we're going to be using the Fairies Oracle for your oracle. I have to read out of the book with this one because I like the actual description in the book, okay? Yeah, it's pretty good. Fairy Oracle is actually really good. Okay, Spirit, let's focus, please, on my Libra's shadow work. Advice for my Libras, please, when it comes to their shadows. Spirit, show me what I need to see when it comes to my Libra's shadows, the advice they need to be able to face these shadows. We have the Sage. Interesting. I know a lot about this card. This is very similar to the mixture of King of Kings, the High Priestess, very in tune with nature, right? Let's read it though, okay? Number 19, all right? Number 10, number 19, you guys. You should be seeing a lot of fives. Do you guys have a lot of fives in your reading right now? Yeah, there was 3 5s. We clarified with a 5 too, right? Yeah, 3 5s, 5 5 5, right? Divine, divine, divine. Divine speaking to you, Libra, okay? All right. the Sage, and you did get it in the upright. Here we see wisdom and deep understanding. One of the keys of wisdom is to organize. What did I just say? Organize your thoughts, organize your life. Sorry, I had to drop the book for a minute. I love when Spirit clarifies. Like it's so hard because sometimes when I'm giving you readings, I hope that the way I'm hearing it and feeling it in my head is correct. And sometimes getting validation makes me feel like, okay, good, because sometimes I don't know if I'm giving the right message or not. It's just the way it is, especially when you hear as many messages as I do. So it becomes kind of clouded myself. So I just want to make sure. But sorry, you guys got off. Again, here we see wisdom and deep understanding. One of the keys of wisdom is to organize, integrate, and simplify one's thoughts. Complexity often leads to confusion. Simplicity is to be valued. This card signifies mental discipline informed by balanced learning and compassion. Tradition is valued, but appropriate change is accepted. The Sage knows when to let go and when to move on. He knows when to retreat and think things over. He compassionately and wisely shares his knowledge with others, teaching by example as well as by precept. The scales of justice are balanced in the Sage's hands. This card in a reading also signifies the need for deep consideration and refined judgment applied with compassion and mercy. Dude, need I say more? I mean, ultimately, you guys, you have to forgive this person, okay, for making the choices they have had or they have in their life, because they have to learn. They have to go through their own experiences to find their own self if they wake up in this lifetime. Sometimes people relive their life cycles over and over again until they finally fully awaken, okay? But for you, it's a little bit different, Libra, okay? For you, you are someone who is very balanced. For you, I mean, don't get me wrong, you have downs and falls like every sign does, but ultimately, you know, Spirit's telling you, use that power that you were given of being able to balance situations and bring balance and justice to situations. Organize your thoughts, organize your struggles, your challenges, whatever it is that you need to organize when it comes to this situation. Get a control of it, right? Wisdom, that's what wisdom's about. It's about not controlling it, but it's about organizing it, right? Accepting it for what it is, learning from it, organizing it, checking shit off on the to-do list, getting it out of your thought process so it's no longer there, including understanding when to let go of someone, okay? Now, ultimately, I'm not telling you to walk away from this person. That is not what I'm doing here, okay? But all in all, if you know that, you'll know your breaking point, okay? You can only deal with so much for so long, and ultimately, it's either going to be your downfall or eventually you're going to walk away and it's going to be your rise. Does that make sense? So either one or two things are going to happen. It's either going to be great or it's going to be terrible. So again, it depends on your situation and your, you know, what it is that you're trying to achieve in life, because, you know, some people don't have the same drive and ambition. So there might be things that you want to do in this relationship that other people wouldn't do. Do you get what I'm saying? Everybody has their different boundaries, their different issues, but ultimately you do have to organize your thoughts and try to figure out how to learn from them instead of beating yourself up over them, okay? So let's tap into your person now, okay? Let's tap into their dark secrets. Not even their dark secrets, but just the dark spots in their life, okay? Their dark shadows. All right. And then, like I said, you guys, I will go over the comments at the very end. As long as there's not too many, I'll just kind of briefly go over them. I do look up at the comments, so I do see some of them, and I will interact with you guys, but ultimately, I won't really go over the comments till the very end, okay? All right. Show me Libra's person, please. Darkness, the shadows, the challenges, the struggles. Show me what I need to see when it comes to Libra's person, please. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors among me, show me what I need to see, please. All right, Spirit, show me what I need to see. I feel like your person's a jokester, okay? Or someone they are dealing with is a jokester. Okay. Perverted jokester here. All right, Spirit, show me what I need to see when it comes to my Libra's person, please. Show me the darkness in their life. I feel like they have addictions. Sex addictions, possibly porn addiction. And not that porn's terrible, okay? I'm just saying moderation with everything, okay? With everything, you guys, moderation. You know, man, this whole racism shit, man, hasn't it gotten out of hand? It's so crazy. You know, I feel like honestly, and it's crazy because I'm here in the Houston area, and racism, it just isn't like what it is everywhere else. I'm not saying that racism doesn't exist here, okay? But it's just not what it is everywhere else. Like the way shit is in Chicago and Minnesota, it's not like how it is here. Like, I mean, there's such a mixed diversity in Houston. And honestly, I think that's, you know, I mean, it's just, I love my city. I absolutely love my city. So to know what you guys are going through is crazy, or not you guys, but anybody that is having to deal with that, man, it's just fucked up. Because you got to remember, yes, racism exists, but I think a lot of racism actually comes from power more than it comes from anything. I think there's a lot of good cops out there, but I also think that when you give even the person with the best intentions that much power, what do you think's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? You give somebody a gun and you give them power, ego. Look at, okay, like, put it this way, you guys. Look what we deal with on an emotional level when it comes to someone we love, much less give them power and a gun and then have them go out into the world and make a decision. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of good cops out there, but there's a lot of bad cops out there. But again, that can be with anybody with power. So ultimately, you know, there's a lot of fucked up shit out there. You know, it happens. All right, Powda, it happens. All right, so first up, we do have the King of Wands coming through in reverse. All right, and we have the King of Cups. King of Wands in reverse. This is someone who is very disconnected when it comes to passion, okay? They might not know the difference between passion or love, or they confuse passion and love, okay? They don't understand the difference between the two. And yes, you guys, there is two different things between passion and love, okay? They're totally two different things here. Spirit, let's get some more when it comes to my Libra's person, please. Mm-hmm. They walked away from you thinking that they had something better, and they didn't. Straight up. I don't think you can get any more clear than that. 8 of Cups in reverse. Yeah. I feel like honestly, this person walked away from you. This person walked away from you. Maybe they felt like there wasn't an equal balance of passion and love within your connection, or again, we're going to clarify and find out, or whatever they walked off into, the passion and love, like it was mixed, right? Or either there's no passion or love, or either there's no passion and love with you and this person. 7 of Swords in reverse, though. Okay. Police have way too much power. Courts back them either way. It's terrible. Well, it is. And more importantly, the only thing that matters in this land is the Constitution. So remember, the feds have more power than the state. So this is why I can go off and off about this, okay, because they were blaming the cops for putting those bricks out in the road. Let me tell you, why would cops give them bricks to throw at them? Why? Because they want to kill them, kill the protesters? I mean, that's straight up just fucked up. So either way, the whole situation is just really shitty. But it also goes back to who we vote for. It's important that we educate ourselves when it comes to not what we hear on the TV, but actually trying to do the research and find out who we're voting for, because I feel like our televisions have a lot to do with it, okay? Not saying that I agree with anything or disagree with anything, just saying that we have to change things as a whole, as the actual population, not the power. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. It just really is. Law is justice. People isn't always justice. That's true. Like the only thing that matters in America, okay, because I know I have a lot of people from outside of the country. The only thing that matters in America is the U.S. Constitution. It is the highest law of the land. So as long as you study the Constitution and find the loopholes within the Constitution, Well, and I can't even say always because shit, I mean, you already know how injustice, I mean, it's just really hard. You have to have money. Unfortunately, you have to have money to really have that voice. Just, it sucks. Sorry, I got off subject, you guys. I don't want to get too much off of here, but ultimately it's up to us to, again, focus on us and be strong enough and not let them divide us, because I think that's the biggest issue. Divide and conquer is the good old saying, eh? Remember, there was a plan from day one. From the slave owners to the slaves, there was all a plan from day one. Shit, this goes back to biblical times. I mean, let's be honest. Read the Bible. The Bible is the first racist thing I've ever read. Straight up. Okay? Straight up. Anyways, not knocking religion, you guys. That's not what I'm doing. Okay? I don't agree in religion. I believe in spirituality. Okay? So there is a difference for me, but for some others, exactly, divide and conquer. All right, so let's get into your reading. I have six cards down now, okay? Bottom of the deck, we do have the Two of Swords for your person's energy, grounding your person, okay? So ultimately, with your person's energy, Libra, remember that your person, the reason they walked away or whatever happened with this person was because there was already a conflict within their own head. I feel like, honestly, they trusted their intuition here, though, ironically. Okay, so when they walked away from you, there was something in their intuition that was telling them to walk away. Okay, as much as you probably don't want to hear this, it's the truth. The Two of Swords is this, yes, there's two conflicting, opposing forces within, but ultimately you're still trusting, you're blindfolded, okay? You're still trusting the answers within, all right? So I do feel like, honestly, when your person walked away, again, and this is grounding all of this energy here, when your person did walk away, it was this sense of they thought they were trusting their intuition, okay? Whether they were actually really trusting their intuition or whether they were listening to their thought, they thought they were trusting their intuition. So everything happens for a reason, okay? They were made to walk away. All right, so starting with the King of Wands in reverse, again, I really do feel like, honestly, and we're going to clarify here, but again, I just feel this lack of passion, okay? I feel a lack of love here. So let's find out what's going on. Let me cleanse the deck a few times. Clearing the deck spirit. All right, let's clarify for my Libra's person, please. Clarifying any questions when it comes to the shadow work for Libra's person, please. One more time, clarifying for Libra's person. All right, so King of Wands energy. Let's find out what's going on. All right, Spirit, what's going on with this King of Wands energy? Show me what I need to see when it comes to this King of Wands energy. What is this lack of passion? What is this lack of creativity? What is this lack of a drive? What is going on? We have the Six of Cups in reverse, okay? So clearly I feel like, honestly, maybe you were really passionate with this connection. I feel like, honestly, you were really creative when it came to nurturing everything when it came to this connection. I do feel like this person wasn't the same thing with you, okay? I feel like, honestly, they know this, though. And this is the shadow work, or if they don't know this, this is some of the issues that are happening within their own shit they're going through, okay? Their own bad karma. Again, I feel like there was a lack of give and take, okay? So whether this was them thinking they were trusting their intuition and they were trusting their ego, or whether they just had some illusions within the way they were seeing what the connection was between you two, but ultimately they felt like there was a lack of passion in the connection, okay? I do feel like also too, and I don't know what's up with this individual, but this energy, this energy has been very consistent. Not in every single reading, but in most of the readings. This is a person who likes seeing someone in pain. This is someone who likes seeing the loss. Like, they take pleasure in that loss. They take pleasure in, I don't know if it's that they take pleasure in hurting you, but they take pleasure in walking away. Spirit, what's going on here with the King of Cups? What's going on here with the King of Cups in reverse? What is this? lack of emotion. What's going on here with the King of Cups in reverse? Spirit, show me what I need to see, please. King of Cups energy in reverse. What's going on? I just feel like this person just honestly didn't even know what love was or what passion was. Yeah. See, look, all they manifested was bad luck and unbalancing. They thought what they were going after was something different because, again, we have the Eight of Cups energy here. This Eight of Cups energy is walking away from things that no longer serve you. Okay, so I feel like your person, honestly, when they walked away, they thought they were walking away to something better straight up. But it doesn't get any worse than this. They walked away to what they thought was better just to realize it was worse than what they had. Dropping shit everywhere again, you guys. Oh, sorry. I do feel like, though, like, again, they walked away thinking they were going to manifest something different, and they just manifested shit. And now everything's unbalanced for them. So I feel like there's this, they thought it was going to be stable, right? They thought things were going to be great. And ultimately it's not. There's a lot of difficulties within this connection they're in if they are in a new connection, okay? What's going on with the Eight of Cups in reverse? Show me what I need to see. Spirit, show me what I need to see with this Eight of Cups, please. There's that Justice coming through now. Bottom of the deck, we have Temperance. Woo! Okay, so this person's definitely regretting their choice. I do feel like they want to bring justice. You remember we had the Justice card come out twice in reverse now, okay? I do feel like this person does want to reconciliate, okay? This person, I'm not saying that it's going to happen, okay? But ultimately, they have thought about everything they've done here. They know that they did not give what you gave to them, or vice versa, okay? There wasn't an equal give and take in your connection. Ultimately, though, they did walk away from you, and they walked away thinking that they would have love and they would still have this passion. But what they created was just a whole bunch of bad karma. A whole bunch of bad karma. Things are really hectic, okay? Things are really confusing for them right now, but ultimately, look, the Justice card, I feel like, yes, it's like they walked away from you thinking that justice was that way, right? Not that way, but that way, right? So they walked the opposite way. They thought it was better. They get there. It's not what it was, right? But ultimately, remember, it's important to understand they thought they were trusting their intuition. They thought their intuition was telling them to walk away. And honestly, again, with the Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck, it's this feeling that Spirit wanted them to walk away, okay? There was a reason that they needed to walk away, ultimately, to be able to see you for what it is, right? Now they want to come back in and bring justice. They want to balance out the scales, okay? So as far as shadow work goes, I feel like Spirit's really playing a number on them, right? Spirit's showing them that sometimes the things that seem so erotic or so influencing, right? What is the word I'm looking for? Why did I just have a brain fart? Like promiscuous, you know what I'm saying? Like that enticing, right? Those things aren't always great for you, right? Because it's important to understand all of those lovey-dovey puppy feelings go away after the first couple of years. You're lucky to hold on to those feelings for 2 years, but mostly that stuff goes away. Ultimately, the affection's still there. It's just more of the unconditional love that actually keeps relationships together, okay? It's the twin flame connection. It's understanding the good and the bad, the yin and the yang, the black and the white. It's everything. It's understanding how bipolar opposites work together, right? It's understanding the duality of life, the alchemy and everything, okay? So ultimately, that's what's kind of going on here with your person. They thought they were trusting their intuition. They walked away. Ultimately, this shifts the scale with you. You feel this injustice, but ultimately, Divine had a plan the whole time, right? Whether this is twin flame connection or not, Divine had a plan for your person to learn something, okay? maybe to realize what it was that you really were, but ultimately for you, Libra, to focus on the injustice, to focus on the things that you need to address, right? The things that make you feel less of, or the things that make you feel like you have to be codependent on this person. Again, though, at the bottom of the deck with this Temperance and the Justice coming through, I really do feel like this person wants justice with you, okay? This person does want to reconciliate. Ultimately, though, if they will is a whole nother question, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on with the Seven of Swords in reverse, okay? Seven of Swords in reverse. Usually the Seven of Swords in reverse is, someone walking away with masks, right? Not expressing their emotions, which clearly we know this person walked away from you. They thought they were going to something better. Ultimately, they didn't. And now they're caught, they laid their bed. They're in it. They dug their grave. They're in it. And they literally, it's like they've walked away with all those emotions and not expressing those emotions and not giving you any of it. And because of that, they know, right? They just know. Like, do you know how much harder it is for somebody to come back and apologize out of this state of mind than it is this state of mind? Because at least in this state of mind, they walked away with emotions like hidden, but there was still this sense of still leaving something behind so that they could kind of work their way back in, okay? This energy has basically burned all their bridges, straight up, okay? And they know this. They know this. And I think that's probably what's stopping a lot of the communication in this connection, okay, is this, their own self-blame here, okay, their own issues that Spirit wants them to work on. All right. We also have the Blasted Tower coming through, clarifying the Seven of Swords in reverse, okay? I don't know if you guys can see that or not. This is the Hermetic deck, so it's just simple black and white. But ultimately, the Tower moment, all right, this shit happened, right? I feel like the reality that they know that they've burned all the bridges has kind of set in. And that was their Tower moment, okay? The fact that they know that they burned all these bridges, that they walked away from you to something that was just not at all what it seemed to be, ultimately has created their downfall now. Okay, so their awakening is happening. Everything's being swept from underneath their feet. Now, there could be third party. This third party could be doing their own, you know what I'm saying? The Justice could be, that's what's crazy, is that this Justice card might not be the justice that you're expecting, okay? And a lot of readers fail to kind of mention that. But ultimately, this Justice, it's kind of like karma, right? But not really karma, okay? But ironically, it works the same way as karma, right? So you may not feel like you're getting justice because remember, during your part of the read, the Justice card was in reverse, and then it was clarified with the Justice in reverse, feeling like you weren't going to get justice to this situation, okay? Ultimately, though, justice is served. You just don't see it. You don't feel it. So it's not that the justice served is that this person's going to come back to you, that you guys are going to reconciliate, and that everything's going to be great and be the perfect, Disney relationship, right? The prince and princess and running off together and living happily ever after. That shit doesn't exist, okay? All in all, though, again, the justice served may not even be the justice that you expect because, again, it is divine's working, okay? But ultimately here, clarifying more with the Seven of Swords. Again, the burning the bridges here. The reason they feel like this is like really even harder on them is because now the greed has set in, right? The greed that they lost you, okay? Because they're in their ego. So physically and mentally, it's this greedy concept of I don't have her anymore, or I don't have him anymore, all right? So now you're a possession, all right? I know it sounds shitty, but it is what it is, right? Five of Pentacles. I do feel like, honestly, though, yeah, the Emperor just came out in the upright. Counterpart, right? Yeah, this person's going to be greedy now. The counterpart's being greedy because, again, it's this concept of, okay, now I know I fucked up. It's like every time you mess something up, what's the first thing that happens when you know you fucked up? Sometimes it can be like ignoring it, but ultimately when it hits you, okay, because every time it hits somebody is a different time, okay? It may hit you totally different from the time it would hit me in the situation, but ultimately the moment when it hits you, I don't care how long it takes, but when it actually hits you, yeah, that's what happened, right? it hits your person. In that moment, right, this person becomes greedy because automatically you think, damn, I fucked up. How can I get it back? How can I fix it? What do I need to do to fix it? So that's kind of this state that your Emperor is in, okay? But the Empress did come out in reverse, and the Emperor is here in the upright. So ultimately, what is going to come of this situation is, again, all within a different dimension, right? So let's find out what's going on, and we'll get into overall oracle as well to see what's going on with the divine energy within you guys, okay? So what's going on with the, let's see, the Four of Wands here in reverse, Spirit? Why is the Four of Wands here? Show me what I need to see. The Devil in reverse, yeah. Not transforming, right? Not changing, not wanting to change, not wanting to beat past mistakes, not wanting to beat past attachment. I feel like, honestly, okay, so the Four of Wands in reverse is not celebrating accomplishments. It's not long-term. Okay, this is a short-term feel here, or the loss of long-term, okay? So ultimately, I feel like this person just, like, the reality's hitting them, like, straight up. It's not that they're codependent on you. It's that they know that you depended on them, okay? They know that they're not, there's no marriage, okay? There's no long-term, there's no celebration of life with you because they made the wrong choice. So that's the bed they're laying in right now, right? They understand this energy. They're understanding that they're not getting the celebration that they wanted. They're not getting this happiness because of the bed they made. This is the choice they made. So this is their reality check right now. Nine of Swords. Ironically, though, they're in the Nine of Swords stage, okay? So they're wanting to end this. They're wanting to end the failure. They're wanting to end the... they're wanting to end the separation. They're wanting to end, okay, because like the Devil in reverse is about beating addiction, okay? It's about beating the codependency. So ultimately asking what's going on with the Four of Wands. Why is there no celebration? Why is there no long-term? What is, what's going on? You get the Devil in reverse, right? Because of past addictions no longer being addicted to them. Because of past things no longer being, does that make sense? No longer having attachment to past addictions, whether you're an addiction or not. This greed card coming through makes me feel like it feels like that codependency, but it's no longer, it's not that they're codependent on you, it's that they were in some way, shape, or form, or vice versa. They felt your energy codependent on them and they're no longer feeling that energy, right? So what does it do? It gives them the Nine of Swords, the Lord of Despair and Cruelty, right? Now they're in their thoughts. Now it's driving them crazy. They're in this cycle, but they're also in the 9 stages, right? So it's this fast evaluation, this fast ending. It's wrapping everything up to complete it. This is an ending, okay? Ultimately, this thought process of releasing past addictions, this thought process of focusing on things that were not successful, this, this is that ending. They're ending this, okay? They're ending all this torment that they were putting themselves through here. And the King of Swords in reverse, right? Not being clear. They unfortunately didn't get long term with you. They didn't propose to you. There wasn't a commitment, or vice versa. The proposal was never there, period, because they had a lack of mental clarity. Remember, they had the 2 opposing forces, right? It's not that they weren't trusting their intuition. They just had 2 opposing forces not lined up right? So ultimately, they didn't get this. You didn't get this. They think about this. They think about the not having that long term with you. They think about not having, you to depend on. That's what I was looking for. All right, so why is the 6 of Swords here, Spirit? Last card. Why is the 6 of Swords here when it comes to my Libra's person? Show me what I need to see when it comes to the 6 of Swords, please. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, things aren't working out, right? Or things didn't work out because of a third-party situation. Bottom of the deck, we have the Star. Ironically, I do feel like, honestly, they do hope and wish for you. Yeah, I feel like you guys both wish for each other here. Maybe you don't in the same way they do, because I mean, I feel like yours has been something that has been waiting for a little while. They've really just kind of started realizing what it was to miss you. So now they're feeling the loss. Now they're feeling the grieving. They're getting over it. They're ending that cycle. But ultimately, this energy of the Six of Swords energy, um, I just feel like it's because they didn't put work into the relationship with you. So their thought process was all scrambled, right? Um, I do feel like, honestly, though, with the Six of Swords energy, I feel like they were working really hard, though, when it came to trying to get things figured out, okay? They knew there was an unbalancing. They just didn't understand that unbalancing had anything to do with you. They just thought that the relationship they're currently in or the situation they're currently in just wasn't working out. Does that make sense? But ultimately, what it was is that this relationship they went into not working out is what woke them up to start questioning why they didn't feel something right, right? But clarifying the Six of Swords, we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, this is just clarifying for me that it didn't work out, right? Whatever they were putting the work into wasn't working out. So they're not working well when it comes to their third party situations. But ultimately, they are dreaming still, you know, on the things that weren't fulfilled, the things that they didn't manifest, the things they were defeated in. Yeah, look, your person has mental clarity on the things that were abandoned, straight up. Straight up. Let's get advice from Spirit when it comes to this energy, though. Okay. Ultimately, I want to find out what Spirit has to say when it comes to the shadows. Like, what does your person need to work on? And ultimately, too, remember, because the way we perceive, it's like a back and forth energy. The way we see people, the way we perceive them is actually a reflection of ourselves. So even if this is your person's energy and this is how they see themselves, they also feel this way for you. So ultimately, there's going to be a message even within the shadow work of your person. Does that make sense? And ultimately, the advice, same thing applies, right? Advice to you would be advice to your person as well. And same thing, advice to your person is going to be advice to you too. So let's find out what Spirit says when we come to the overall advice for your person. Okay, Libra. All right, Spirit. Overall advice for Libra's person, please. Overall advice when it comes to the shadows in Libra's person's life. These cards are so much thinner than any of my other decks, but I love the description in the book. Okay. Nice. All right, Spirit, overall advice for my Libra's person, please. Overall advice for Libra's person so we can see what it is they need to do to face the shadows. Advice when it comes to the shadow work, please. Spirit, advice for Leo's person. Leo, where'd I get Leo? Libra's person. All right, too many cards, you guys. How many times did I say Leo? Are you guys dealing with Leo? Libra, I apologize. Libra's person, please. One card for advice when it comes to Libra's person. All right, it's hard for me to read these cards because of the writing, so I will be reading directly out of the book. It is number 45, okay? So number 9 might be, well, interesting enough. 9 is a significance because, again, the number 9 was in your person's reading as well as yours reading. So I feel like both of you guys are ending out cycles, though. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like a cycle is near completion for both of you guys. So whether this is the completion of separation or just the completion when it comes to the thought process of not only you but your person where you guys were supposed to learn, okay? What am I doing? Number 45. All right, number 45. I don't know. I could be butchering this name, so bear with me. Tayton, the Sylph, or the Sylph. I don't know. All right, I'm going to read it to you. Acute intellect, quickness, mental synthesis, and discernment. Interesting. So in the starter reading, what we see here is mental quickness, adaptability, and enthusiasm. Ideas and opinions abound. A few are brilliant, but others vary from mediocre to downright silly. Be selective. Mental and physical abilities may be awakening. Independent thinking is in operation. New ideas and new versions of old ideas are creating an exciting effervescent atmosphere. Avoid access and extremes, or excess and extremes. Minds may change often as new ideas and new ways of seeing bubble to the surface. Out of conflict and confusion, resolved by goodwill and clear thinking, a new and better understanding may occur. So yeah, I feel like honestly, for advice for your person from Spirit is just going to be to clearly, because of things being so difficult and being things, again, all those bridges being burned, it's like your person's going to have to be smarter when it comes to how they're going to actually communicate with you, if they are going to choose to communicate with you. But more importantly, Libra, you have to figure out if you're going to allow this energy to come back. Okay, so ultimately, you have to figure out if again, not learning what you were supposed to learn from the loss of this relationship and getting into the relationship without learning what it is that you were supposed to learn. Again, the only thing that's going to happen is the same thing, just in a different time, right? In a different way. But ultimately, not learning and not setting boundaries is just going to create the same cycle. So it's important to end out your cycles completely. Make sure you have learned everything that you're supposed to learn. Ultimately, for your person, they're going to have to look at a new way, right? When it comes to thinking outside the box, because their typical normal way of thinking is not going to apply here, not with the damage that they've done to you. Okay, ultimately, so they have a lot of work that they have to put in for themselves. All right, so that is ultimately all I have for you guys. I'm going to go over the comments really quickly. Just don't forget, if you guys do want to be, oh no, wait, whoa, what was I thinking? Possible outcome. Hello. Geez, Louise, I don't know what I was thinking. I apologize. All right, Spirit, let's look at overall outcome between these two, please. I apologize, you guys. Yeah, I've been having my own battles going on with court and stuff like that, so a lot of BS I've been going through, so my mind's kind of been all over the place. I apologize. All right, Spirit, show me what I need to see when it comes to my Libras and their person, please. Show me the overall connection of these two, or the overall advice or messages that you want to show my Libras and their person, please. Show me what I need to see. My little chart will go out. All right. Interesting. All right, Spirit, show me what I need to see, please, when it comes to the overall possible outcome of these two. Possible outcome of these two, please, Spirit. Show me what I need to see, and show my Libras what they need to see, please. Hesitation. Interesting, I feel like, honestly, it's because you have hesitation now, and so does your person. Especially when you do a little bit of shadow work and you start to understand how things work. It's not that it happens overnight, but ultimately it can change the thought process, so it changes the energies. And when that happens, hesitation happens, right? Spirit, what do we need to see? Show me what I need to see. Show my Libras what they need to see. Advice for my Libras, or energy for my Libras, please, when it comes to this connection. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Lots of hesitation here. I'm not having a difficult time, and I'm not hearing anything. It's just silence and hesitation, okay? It's not bad. It's actually good. Spirit, show me what I need to see when it comes to my Libras and this possible outcome, please. Possible outcome. Maybe Spirit doesn't have anything for you. Usually when I say that, those stuff will come out. Spirit? Yeah, Libra, I don't know. Maybe there's nothing in the cards for you right now. Nope, something flipped. Camera. Soulmates. Let's go through a few more times since we got a few. Maybe Spirit wants to speak now. Kisses. Coffee cup, okay? I'll explain all these in a minute. Spirit, anything else? Go through a few more times, and if I don't get anything else, then we'll explain these ones. One more time. Okay. And we got Ascension. So yeah, ultimately, it's kind of like what I was saying, you know? There's never been a doubt when it comes to love, okay? Whether you love this person or they love you. Ultimately, I feel like just during that time, this person didn't fully understand what you were to them. Okay, they thought they were trusting their intuition, and perhaps they were trusting their intuition. But ultimately, again, it's divine's decision as to what was in their intuition. Okay, what spirit was telling them, what divine was telling them to do with their life for their benefit. Okay, so ultimately, it's important though. There is this strong feeling of unconditional love, right? There is this soulmate connection between you two. So this could be again what I was saying in the very beginning when out of nowhere you're thinking about this person. Well, it's because of their energy, right? Where their energy's at, you're feeling, especially if you have a contract, right? Especially if you have an attachment to them. Ultimately, this attachment, though, is not dependency, codependency. It's more of a not knowing, not understanding what the connection is, okay? But ultimately, with soulmate connections, and I've stressed this before in all of my readings, a soulmate connection is different from a twin flame connection. Soulmate connections, you have many of them in your life, okay? Soulmate connections are all about learning. They're not necessarily karmic, okay? Karmic relationships are bad luck. It's bad karma, shit coming back to bite you in the ass. Soulmate connections are a little bit different, and yes, you can make a soulmate connection work long term, okay? But ultimately, that decision is not on you, it is only on divine, okay? So ultimately, with this soul connection, it is a partnership. It is an agreement. Okay, there was a contract that was made for you two to meet so that you guys could learn from each other. Now, whether this soulmate connection will come back around as a twin flame, whether this connection is a twin flame or not, I cannot pick up on. I am picking up on the soulmate connection. I do feel like honestly, this is a part of ascension. I feel like you were made to meet this person so that you could fully learn to again understand your challenges, understand the issues that you have when it comes to feeling the way you do with this person. Where it starts, was it really with this person that it all started, or did it come from somewhere else? And of course, creating those boundaries so that this person nor anyone with that kind of energy can hurt you or take everything from you again. Okay, so in the same concept that goes, the unconditional love is also back the other way with the soulmate connection, right? Ultimately, this person has learned from you. This person now knows what it is to be enticed by the eye, right? To be enticed by touch, by lust, by perception of what things could be, not what they actually are. So all in all, I feel like your person has kind of had some awakenings when it comes to the perception and things, okay? And again, this is what they were supposed to learn. And so both of this is ascension for both of you guys, okay? So it's about you, again, learning what you needed to from this connection and this person learning the same thing. But ultimately, like I said, there's unconditional love here, okay? So you guys do love each other. Your person has love for you too, whether they communicate it or not. And again, remember, this love does not have to be intimate love, okay? This can just be the love of like a family member, that soul love, and soulmates can be family members too, okay? We also have the camera. Okay, the camera is telling me, again, remember when I was talking about your perception in the beginning, Libra, focusing all of your energy on this person and not putting that energy into yourself. You're having issues financially. If you do have issues financially, it's because, again, you're putting all of your energy into this person instead of onto yourself. So ultimately, again, even when you're not thinking about this person subconsciously because you're thinking of all the failures, it's always there, even when you don't realize it. You just don't hear it until you're silent. Remember, we talked about this. Ultimately, it's that going back and thinking of all those memories, okay, all the happy times, reminiscing about a certain spot or a certain thing you did, whatever the case is, okay, you know what I'm talking about. Doesn't matter what story it is. Ultimately, there's something to learn from your past, okay? There's something to learn from all of these situations. And if you're constantly seeing these memories, that's because there's something for you to learn in it, okay? So even if it's you just constantly reminding yourself over those, or whether it's your intuition trying to tell you, hey, focus on this, or hey, remember this time, don't remember it to beat yourself up, but to focus on what it was that you were to learn. So what it was that had you feeling that way, what could you have done differently so that this person wouldn't have treated you like that? And of course, create those boundaries, okay? So again, that's what the camera is about. It's about reminiscing, but to make change. Reminiscing to not stay stagnant, but to change things for the better for you. And again, it's important to be able to change, because if you don't change, you can't create new memories, okay? If you don't learn from those past mistakes, all you're going to do is relive those past mistakes with a new person. If not a new person, the same person coming back. It's those same cycles over and over again. So again, that's why it's so crucial to do your shadow work and make sure that you're really focusing again on those areas, yes, that may have been good, that may make you feel like shit because you don't have them anymore or you can't communicate to this person anymore. But ultimately acknowledging those issues, right? Acknowledging why you feel that way and what can you do? Like, how can you see the warning signs next time? But again, don't stay stagnant. Don't stay fixated on it. Learn from it, put it up here, organize it, and move forward, okay? Coffee cup. This is all about getting out there, right? Socializing, meeting new people, right? Meeting and conversating, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, and friendship, okay? So whether you still communicate with this person or not, ultimately, I feel like Spirit's telling you, hey, look, just because things didn't work out, if that is this person you're still communicating with, okay? For those of you who still communicate with this person, I feel like Spirit's telling you that it's still communicate with them, okay? Don't give up communicating with them just because of everything. Just make sure that if you're communicating things, you're not communicating things out of anger. You're not communicating things out of a bad place, okay? But if you're not communicating with your person, okay, and you guys do not communicate at all, this energy is this energy of getting out there and socializing, okay? Getting your mind off this person, because remember, the only way to be able to accept a new cycle is to change, right? To not relive the same cycles you've been reliving in. Even if it's with this person, I don't care how much you love them. If you truly love them, what's that saying? Let them go and see what happens, right? If they come back to you, they're truly yours. Ultimately, that's what this coffee cup's saying. This coffee cup's saying, hey, leave them alone, right? In that cycle, it ended, right? They left you like an option. They chose someone else. Let them lay in their bed. Let them sit in their misery. Let them learn what they were supposed to learn. You learn what you're supposed to learn and close that door and move on. It's not saying that you have to move on from this person indefinitely, but what it is saying is that take what you're supposed to learn from this person and move on, whether that's a new cycle with this person again or a new cycle with someone else. Ultimately, though, you have to be okay, Libra, with walking away with your sanity, walking away with yourself. The last thing you want to do is put yourself in the Nine of Swords in reverse, or that being stuck, right? Being stuck and not completing a cycle, just staying in that thought process, just always being depressed and sad and literally wasting a whole lifetime waiting for someone to wake up when all that needed to be done was for you to wake up. You get what I'm saying? So it's really important to just focus on what's best for you, the best thing that you can do to, again, organize your thoughts, right? Get control of the thoughts in your head. That way you can make easier sense of them, okay? So Libra, that's all I have for you. I love you guys. Stay blessed. Blessed be. I will see you guys in a couple of days because, like I said, I was late getting y'all's shadow work readings out. I have decided we're going to do 2 shadow readings a month, and then we're going to do 2 just regular love readings. So this was your shadow work. We're going to do the 1st and the 3rd week shadow work, and then we'll do the 2nd and the 4th week love, just regular love, okay? And we'll do the normal read that I normally do, right? You versus them, how you feel for them, how they feel for you, you guys' possible outcome, also to what it is that Spirit's teaching you and what it is that you want, you're learning, that kind of thing, okay? We're going to do that in a few days, all right? Because I'm late. That's where I was getting at with that. But ultimately, I changed it up just a little bit. I think it's really important for us to face these shadows, okay? Face the issues. I think positive energy sometimes is letting people know that it's okay to make mistakes. Most importantly, it's important to forgive yourself, okay? To forgive yourself as an individual. You're not going to be perfect. No one's perfect, okay? God himself is not perfect, okay? There's an equal balance of evil and good even with God, period, okay? So nobody's perfect. With that being said, you guys, I love you. Stay blessed. Blessed be. I'll see you. Actually, let me go over the comments for any of you guys who are still on, just to make sure I didn't forget anything. Hey, everybody. You like black nails? Oh, yeah, my nails. I have long nails. Okay, Raj, seriously. I can't block you through here, but if you are like just disrespectful or anything like that, you will be blocked. You're on Facebook though, so if you're on Facebook, I don't know how to block you because again, I'm using StreamYard. But you guys, just don't be perverted. That's disgusting. Sorry, I'm just going over your comments, you guys. All right, that's all I got for you guys. Yeah, and just it's about moving on for you. You know what I'm saying? For your sanity. And again, at least if you can get your mindset in the right way and you can clear out and organize those thoughts, you can literally attract somebody that is the same way because you attract what you are. You know what I'm saying? If you're in this mindset of I'm never going to find anybody, I'm never going to have this in a relationship, or I'm never going to have this, that's what you're going to attract. You're going to attract those people that are the same way. Does that make sense? So you're not going to attract something healthy in the connection. You're going to attract a negative energy because you're in your negative thought process. Not saying that you are. I'm just using that as a comparison. So just focus on your energy because again, if we as humans can be okay with being alone, I think every relationship would be perfect because I feel like everybody needs to be alone for a little bit to be able to fully understand what it is to love themselves, to value themselves, to create boundaries. But I also feel like you have to go through a lot of these relationships, these bad relationships that really hurt you, that shake you to the core, to get you to find that self-worth, to get you to find that self-love. That's what these relationships are for, straight up. They're to get you to wake up so that you can say, you know what, I don't need somebody to love me. I can love my damn self. I don't need you to take care of me. I can take care of myself, right? It's about building up that power, that manifestation, and of course with divine, right? So I love you guys. Stay blessed, blessed be, and I will see you guys in a couple of weeks, in a couple of days where we will be doing your general love readings, okay? All right. Love you guys.